What's going on, everybody? As always, welcome back. My name is Manny with Manny Reads Comics, and today I'm going to be talking about Nightwing 83. It's been a great series so far. Looking at this cover, we see Nightwing jumping in, changing into some presentable clothes, I guess you could say, and he's going to go talk about an idea that he has. And if you've been seeing my other videos, you know that I love a cover that has something to do with the story, and this absolutely has something to do with the story. So that just brings it up to me. It's a great cover. Bruno Redondo is always great with his art. But moving on, we got the story starts out exactly where it ends in the 82, and that's with Blockbuster at the door. He's got a bunch of cops with him. He's knocking down on what's her name, Melinda? Yeah, Melinda's door. Apparently he had people watching her house, and they saw Nightwing sneaking in. So he's either there to, one, capture Nightwing, or two, catch Melinda and Nightwing working together. You know, he doesn't know what's going on, so he went to go check it out, and he went pretty quick. That's pretty impressive, honestly, the fact that he decided he wanted to go, because he could have easily sent some goons and stuff, but no, he decided to show up face to face. So that was pretty good. Before he's able to go inside, though, Melinda reveals that she's been working. I don't know if she reveals if she's been working for like FBI, CIA, who knows what, but she has been infiltrating other gangs and other mafias and all that stuff, and taking them all these people down from the inside. So she is a good person, and that's basically all Nightwing, Dick Grayson needed to hear. So she is, and he needs to decide here if he's gonna trust her, if that's true, or just not believe her at all and go against her, right? But he decides to trust her, because this guy is always seeing the best in everybody, right? So immediately, I love this. He sets up a plan on the spot. He says, "I'm gonna, now you need to trust me." So what he does is he ties Melinda and her bodyguard. I guess that's who she is. They tie them up to a chair, make it look like Nightwing went in there and interrogated them, basically. And then when Blockbuster finally busts through the door, he sees them tied up. He's like, "Did you say anything to him?" And she was like, "No," but he just left. He just took off. He went to the roof, and so Blockbuster chases after him. Now she's in the clear. There's no suspicion behind her, hopefully, anymore. And Blockbuster heads up, and he goes to fight Nightwing. And Nightwing is still recovering from the last couple of issues. We see he's taking quite a bit of hit, so quite a few hits. And so he's in no condition to be fighting Blockbuster of all people. So he's able to kind of anger him and jump around him. But Blockbuster, again, he's becoming a better and better villain the more I read him. And it might just be Tom Taylor's writing, but he's no longer just like a brawn type. He's actually showing some brains. And he said, "You know what? You're right. I don't want to fight you on this rooftop." So he calls in his cops. He's got a helicopter going above them, and he just starts shooting at. They all start shooting at Nightwing, and this is probably one of the few negatives that I have about this issue, that they are shooting Nightwing as Nightwing is running towards them, and they miss. They miss everything. It's not just one person shooting, so he could probably be zigzagging. It's two or three, I believe. So it's kind of ridiculous that they all miss. Nightwing jumps up, grabs the helicopter, and he's able to swing to the other side, and he knocks over two or ties them up or something. And then this is pretty funny, but the pilot is just like, "You know what? Just tie me up. Take the helicopter. You're good. Like don't beat me up." So that was good. That was funny. But just the fact that Nightwing ran towards the fire through multiple people firing at him and not one hit, and he's tired. They already established that he's in no condition to be fighting. So that's just my only negative for that so far. When he gets home, he immediately collapses. We have Barbara and Tim there. Barbara's still wearing her Robin being slapped shirt, so that was great to see. Good continuity, But he collapses, and he goes to sleep for 2 days. He didn't even realize that he slept for 2 days. He knocked out. Then Nightwing starts approaching a couple of different people. I believe her name is Leslie, the doctor that helped out Bruce. You know, she just always helping people out around Gotham, especially in Crime Alley. He goes to talk to the Titans. He talks to Lucius Fox, which is surprising. Last thing I read about Lucius, he's just not. I guess he just doesn't really like Bruce, because he had no problem with Dick. And then lastly, he talks to Superman, and this is a really great moment. We've seen this moment before when Rebirth first started. You know, Superman was having trouble with his identity. I can't remember if it was Superman or Nightwing that was having troubles. Actually, I think it was Superman, because Nightwing shows up and they talk, and Superman kind of lets him know that the Nightwing in his world inspires him, and that he sees a lot of the same in this Nightwing. So it's kind of like a flip on that, where now this Superman is, after hearing Nightwing's idea, he's just really like, that's a great idea. It looks like you're already set. You don't need my opinion. You should call Bruce. But one of the best moments out of this is just, hey, Superman says, hey, I'm leaving. I gotta go. My son is staying behind, and I would really appreciate it if you were a role model to him, if you were there to help him out whenever he needs it. And that's just such it's a humbling request, especially coming from Superman. Like, the fact that Superman has this much faith in you, that has this much respect, and he also, well, we'll get to that in a second. That was just a great thing to see. Like, the fact that Superman acknowledges Nightwing in everything that he does. He's not just a Robin. The next thing he does is acknowledge Alfred, and he says that I had great respect for Alfred, and Nightwing takes that as a shock, and he's like, of course I do. Like, without Alfred, you don't have Batman, you don't have Nightwing, you don't have any of the Robins, anything at all. And Superman just lets him know that, and it's very sweet. I truly love a good Alfred moment. And the fact that he asks Dick to watch his son John, you know it's gonna happen, because Tom Taylor is writing the Son of Superman, and he's writing this. So there's got to be, either in Superman or in this title, we're gonna see that team up, and that's gonna be great. I can't wait. But that's it for that scene. And again, that's, if you're not gonna read this issue for anything, that scene alone is enough in my book. Moving on though, Dick goes and thanks Barbara for her help. You know, in the last couple of days, through Heartless, through the homeless people, helping the homeless people, and helping him through pretty much when he got caught by Melinda. And then she kisses him, and I'm just like, I'm pretty sure in in the Teen Titans Academy, he's with Starfire, and he doesn't react as if he like just kissed another girl. He just, you know, it's a kiss. And I don't know, this guy's gonna get in trouble. He's already been in trouble for the same thing. It's gonna happen again. Who knows why he's doing this? I mean, you definitely know why he's doing it. You know, you got two tough choices between Barbara and Starfire, two great partners, and he just has to choose. It's not that hard to choose. It is a hard choice, but it's not that hard to just choose, man. But moving on, he plans to use the money. Finally, if we go back to this cover, he reveals that he plans to use the billions of dollars that he got from Alfred, and put it back into Bloodhaven. He's gonna start with the homeless problem. He's gonna start with helping them out, but he's gonna move on, and they don't really flesh it out. But he basically says this money is to Bloodhaven and anyone who needs it. You know, he's not gonna use it for himself. Obviously, he's gonna keep a couple of it, but he calls it the Alfred Pennyworth Foundation. And as much as I love that, I do think it's a little lazy of a name. That's my only negative. Like, it's a little lazy, but I love the background behind it. And like I can always say, I love Alfred, and I'm gonna miss him. And I'm glad that they're keeping him. I hate to say it like this. I'm glad they're keeping him dead, because it's more impactful in this form. After he does his little press conference or whatever, revealing what's going to happen, There's a couple of people that don't like it, but everyone around is happy for this, and he gets a message from the other Robins, like text messages. And my favorite one is Jason saying, "Hey, before you give all your money away, you still owe me $20." And then this is another sweet moment. Like I said, so you got a sweet moment between Batman or Superman and Nightwing, and then you also have this one with Batman, and it's just a short, to the point. He calls him and he just says, "You really honored him. You really honored Alfred tonight." And the fact that Batman took time to call, it means a lot. So there's another reason to read this book. But then lastly, we get the revelation that Heartless knows who Dick Grayson is. So kind of like Melinda, who knew Dick Grayson was her brother but did not know that it was Nightwing. Same thing here. Heartless has something against Dick Grayson, and especially now that he's doing this, it's something against his plans. So he's about to go attack Dick Grayson, unknowingly attacking Nightwing. And I was gonna say at the end of this book, if Heartless was not mentioned, that Tom Taylor's forgetting a villain, right? But of course he's not. So it's really great to see. This book for me is a 9 out of 10, 100% easy. It's just those beautiful moments is all I really needed. My only negatives is the fact that he didn't get shot, or at least, kind of like hit or something. Just something, because he just ran straight into a hell of bullets and nothing happened to him. But that's literally my negative. And Pennyworth, the Alfred Pennyworth Foundation, lazy, but I mean, that's how a lot of these foundations are named after somebody else. So can't really blame him for that, Tom Taylor or Dick Grayson or anything. But yeah, no, this is a great book. Again, villain is not just an idiot. He's slowly becoming a pretty good mafia boss. He's strategic. Heartless is not forgotten. He's coming back and he's got a grudge against Dick Grayson. That's great. I can't wait to read about that. This is just a good book. And 83, I didn't see it coming. Especially, I judged this book by its cover. I didn't know what was going on. And for the last couple of months that I've seen this, I'm like, this book is going to be whatever. Luckily, I was wrong. And other than that, that's pretty much it for this book. It's a great book. Definitely recommend it. That's Nightwing 83. Thank you for watching, everybody. If you are not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. That's the first thing, and the most important is just to share with your friends. If you have any tips or any comments you'd like to do, please comment below. You can also listen as a podcast on Spotify or Anchor or any other podcast platform. So thanks again for watching, and thanks for listening.